In this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how you can make $0 to $5,000 per month doing UGC completely for free. This is the exact same process that took Janelle from 0 to 15K in 90 days. Helped Sorimar quit her realtor job and start making 5K a month in only 90 days. And also helped Beth quit her boring corporate job and start making money from the comfort of her own home, 6K in 60 days. Now, when I set the ground here, this isn't going to be your basic Canva tutorial video here. I'm going to be showing you exactly how do you actually create content that brands want to pay for? How do you then land paid deals? And how do you scale past $5,000 per month doing UGC so that you can actually start doing this full time, make a career switch, and start having the time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom that you're looking for. And at the end, I'm going to be sharing the common mistakes that are stopping people from making real money in this space. So you're definitely going to want to stick around for that one. Now, before we get into it, I'm fortunate enough to say that I've paid nearly $1 million in UGC payouts on behalf of my clients. I run a UGC agency called Hey Social. I've worked with hundreds of brands, literally getting on hundreds of calls where I'm reviewing creators with them and I'm helping them make a decision on which creators they should be going with. I've worked with thousands of content creators. I have a community with almost 4,000 UGC aspiring content creators. So what I'm sharing with you today isn't my personal strategy. This is a strategy that works across the board, no matter your age, your gender, your location, your ethnicity, your accent, how good looking you are. This stuff works if you put in the work. Okay, so no excuses, let's get into it. So first, what is even UGC? UGC stands for user generated content. Pretty self-explanatory. Users of the product creating content. However, the market has now evolved where content creators can create user-generated content. And that's ultimately the brand having an idea of the messaging or the wording that they want to portray to the world, and they then hire a content creator to bring that message to life. This content comes to life in two forms: either organic content, where this lives on social media pages, or ads, where the brand will start putting marketing investment behind your videos to attract new customers and users. Now, here we're going to focus on the paid ads part because this is going to be most of your deal flow. Now, what do brands look for when they're hiring a content creator for UGC for paid ads? What they're looking for is very simple. It's called ROI, return on investment. Simple math here. If they pay you $500 to create one video, the brand needs to generate at least $1,000 to $1,500 in sales for this to be a profitable relationship. So the more that you can do this, the more that brands will want to pay you again, and again, and also will increase the rate at which they're paying you. So the real question becomes, how do you create a video that actually generates business results for a brand? And that is exactly where most creators get it wrong. Most creators are obsessing over their follower count on their social media page or creating the prettiest Canva portfolio out there. Now, here's the hard truth. Brands don't really care. I've had creators in our academy go from $0 to $5,000 per month with only a Google Drive folder and hundreds of followers on a social media page that was completely dormant. Because when I'm on a call with a brand and we're reviewing the creators that we're going to be going with, nobody says, wow, we should work with her. She has such a nice portfolio. No. The question is, do they have strong video examples in our industry? And are we happy with that quality if we were to receive that quality and pay for it? That's what they're looking at, your video examples in the same industry that they're in. So you need to have really strong video examples. That's it. That's all they care about. So the first thing that they're looking for is camera presence. Okay, what type of presence are you bringing to the camera? Are you able to bring a script to life? Are you able to come off authentic, but also have high energy so you're captivating people's attention? Here, a lot of people talk about you need to have a good hook, you need to have a good body, you need to have a good CTA. All that is fine. But if you're not comfortable and authentic in front of the camera, this falls flat. The number one thing that brands hate are creators that sound salesy. They don't sound comfortable on camera. They really feel like they're just pitching a product. They're not coming off real. And that's what brands want. They want the real version of you. Now, this can be daunting if you're going to be in front of the camera for the first time. So what we do at the Academy here, and you can actually steal this prompt list, is that we run through a 10 video prompt challenge. This 10 video prompt challenge is all about you, your interests, your hobbies, your passions, things that you know. And we want to practice us speaking about these things when looking at the camera. The reason why is because we know these things. And so when we know it, we can speak with more confidence, with more assurance. And so that will really come off in our camera presence. And the goal here is as you do each of these videos, you want to aim to fix just one thing, whether it's your eye contact to the camera, whether it's starting off with real energy, whether it's just your background being clean and not messy, whether it's your pitch going up up and down, whether it's your sentences being short and punchy, you just want to fix one thing after each of these videos. So between video 1 and video 10, we've seen a world of a difference when it comes to camera presence. So you actually need to practice that before you ever even create a video with a product. Because ultimately here, guys, you're going to be receiving ink on paper from what the brand wants you to say. And so you need to be able to convey that script, that messaging that's just sitting on a screen into a real live video that creates real results for brands. So this is the first skill that you have to develop to create good videos. The second skill you have to develop to create good videos is your creators corners, okay? This background here that I just shot this video in would have been completely different if I would just have chosen to shoot it in my closet with poor lighting where you guys can barely see me. But no, I came ready. I literally spent maybe an hour perfecting this whole background, where I still have a lot of work to do, by the way, but perfecting this whole background so that I give you guys a higher quality experience when you guys are watching this video. Same applies for your creators corners. I've seen too many creators shoot at night, number one, and number two, in front of a blank wall. These are two things that I hate the most. And if I ever see one of you guys that are watching this video and one day we interact and I ask you to share me your video examples and I see video shot at nighttime or in front of a blank wall, guys, please never do that, right? Some of you guys might work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. No problem. Shoot on the weekends. Put all of your workload onto the weekends. Make sure that nice sun is shining bright. Right now we're shooting this, it's February, but I have a lot of creators right now on the academy that are like, Mike, I just realized how much I love the summer. And I'm like, why? Because the sun's out for so much longer. I could shoot for longer periods of time. And that's really the reality of that sun. When that sun is shining, you want to find a window and you need to shoot. And like, I'm just being honest here, guys. If you have content in front of a blank wall and you're shooting at night, brands will never pick you because the quality goes down. The reason why is because UGC lives mostly on Facebook and Instagram. It's not going to live so much on TikTok. TikTok, you can get away with literally shooting face the camera in your bed, just woken up, and that video might go super viral. Like, nobody really knows what goes viral on TikTok anymore. However, when it comes to paid UGC, these are most likely going to live on Instagram or Facebook. By default, these platforms have a more aesthetic feel to them. So what I implore you to do is actually go and scroll on your reels. Take a look at the videos that actually grab your attention, not it being memes, actual people talking to the camera. And you're going to realize one thing: their setup, their background is intentional. There's a thought process behind what am I going to be showing you behind me? And that's the same thing that we want to bring in our UGC examples. So what you need to do here is take a look at 5 to 7 places around your house that you can shoot content in. I'm talking about your living room, your kitchen, your bedroom, your bathroom, your car, outside. That's just a handful of them. That's around 5 to 7. You want to think about how you're going to position the camera. Where's the natural light coming from? What's in my background? Is there enough depth? Is it clean? Can I hear the audio clearly? You want to figure that out before you actually start doing your videos. Because once you have that figured out, whenever you're gonna have to do a content around food, you're gonna know exactly how to set up your camera, what time of day you need to shoot, what the countertop needs to look like, and all that's gonna be like clockwork, and that's gonna allow you to have so much more aesthetically pleasing videos. So you have to go and work on those 5 to 7 creators corners to have really good quality. Now, the next part comes into creating the actual videos. Right now, if you're at this point, you're watching this video, you're making less than 5K a month. The reason is because your videos are probably not good enough. So I would create what we call spec work. Spec work is a fancy word for just practice work. All you're gonna do is look around the house, take a look at your Amazon shopping cart, take a look at what you bought recently, and create videos around those products. You wanna have at least 3 to 5 videos. Now here, what I'm gonna show you is a script that we use with ChatGPT to actually give you the hook body CTA, right? I hear a lot of the gurus out there or the coaches that are mentioning about having a strong hook, strong body, strong CTA. Like, what does that even mean? Obviously, you need to have a hook that grabs people in. Obviously, you need to have a storyline that makes sense, and you have a call to action towards the end. But don't break your head over this. Just use AI. It's going to be good enough, because what's going to happen on most of your deals is that you're going to be actually interacting with brands that already know what they want you to say on camera. So you don't need to break your head over understanding this quite yet. So use this prompt list here. Go and find 4 to 5 products, create those 4 to 5 products. Very important. Those 4 to 5 products need to be in different industries. And this way you have 4 to 5 really solid examples. Now, if you're not quite sure what video should I be creating, very simple. Go to TikTok, write UGC example, insert the niche of the product that you're trying to create content for, and you're going to start seeing some really solid examples. Because the way that you're going to do a beauty example is going to be different than the way you're going to do a fashion example. It's going to be different than the way you're going to do a food example. All those have different formats. So you just want to steal and copy what already works to give you a strong baseline for having a really good portfolio. And now, don't start going crazy with Canva. just put these 5 video examples in a Google Drive. It's important that you spend more time on creating really good video examples than spending all your time on Canva. Again, brands don't really care about Canva. So now that you know how to create content that brands actually want to pay for, the question becomes, how do you get in front of those brands and actually start getting paid deals? Because here's the thing, you can have the best 5 examples in a beautiful Google Drive portfolio, but if nobody ever sees those videos, you're never gonna get a paid deal. And so you don't wanna be like most creators out there that create video examples and just wait for brands to knock at their door, or just start sporadically DMing brands on Instagram being like, hey, like, do you guys need UGC content? Okay, you do not wanna be spending time on those strategies. They are time wasters. And that's why most creators never make consistent income with UGC. They think landing deals is a random strategy. It's not, it's a system. And once you have that system dialed in, you get brand deals on demand every single month. And look, if you're one of those creators that put in the work already, you've created your video examples and you've tried all these random strategies and heard nothing back, it's okay. You're not by yourself. Okay, but don't convince yourself that UGC doesn't work, because it does. We have creators in our community that are doing 3 to 5K per month, and that's because they're consistently getting in front of brands every single day, like clockwork. Sorimar is a perfect example. She came into the space a complete beginner, never shot a video on camera. She had 0 connections, ties, or any leg up in this space. She followed the exact same outreach process that I'm about to share with you, and she made $1,500 her first month. And she kept that system running and dialed in, and now she's making over $5,000 per month. So here is exactly how you land your first paid deal. Number 1 is knowing where to find brands. Now there's 101 ways that you can go and find brands, but the fastest and easiest way is through UGC platforms. Not cold emails, not cold DMs, and I'll make my case for it right now. Let's say that you DM 100 brands on Instagram. The chances of them replying you, I'll be optimistic. Let's say 30 of them reply out of 100, and that's being optimistic. Out of those 30, how many of them are actually the person that you want to be speaking to about paid UGC collaboration? I'll tell you, 0. So they're gonna have to send you an email from somebody in that department. Let's say out of those 30, all 30 send you that email. So now you've emailed 30 people. Out of those 30, let's say, again, 30% of them answer you. So let's say 10 people answer you. Out of those 10, I can almost guarantee you that at least 60% are only gonna wanna do gifted. So now you're left with 4. And those 4 need to be in their buying window, meaning they need to be looking for content creators to pay right now for you to get a deal. So you've just spent hours sending 100 DMs to potentially get 4 deals. And that is if you're monitoring all of your DMs, all of your emails, and following up like crazy. And I can bet you're not. And so that's why UGC platforms are the hack. Because on these platforms, these brands are literally coming onto these platforms with their credit card and saying, hey, if I see a creator that I like, I'm gonna pay them. And so they're in their buying window right now. They're looking for content creators right now. You don't need to go and chase them. They're saying, hey, we want to see you. If you look like exactly what we're looking for, we're going to pay you. That's why you want to be on those platforms. And the number 1 platform that I will suggest is Backstage.com. Backstage, by far, in my experience in this space, has the most volume of jobs, no matter your age, gender, location. And here's one thing I tell my students. If you can't make Backstage work, no other platform is going to work for you, because they're all the same. They're all based on your video examples. And so that's why your Canva portfolio doesn't really matter right now, because you're gonna have to create a profile on all of these platforms. And if you can't land deals, it's because of your videos. So go back to that step if that's not working for you. The second thing you need to do to land your first paid deal is apply consistently. Think of this like planting seeds. Every single day, you wanna be applying to campaigns. Why? Because a brand, they might not answer today, they might not answer tomorrow, they might not answer next week or a month from now, but at some point in time, they will answer. And if your content is good enough, they will reach out. Okay, so you want to be consistently planting those seeds, and you'll see how fast those seeds will start to bear fruit. Most creators, they'll usually start applying for 10 days or so, not see any results, and just absolutely quit. And I want to share with you a quick story. So we have a creator who just got started with us, first time doing UGC ever, and was applying on Backstage for 10 days. We ran through the whole process with her. Camera presence, creators corners, video examples, everything. Okay. And she was applying for 7 days straight. And we have a group coaching calls twice a week. We had a call on Wednesday and a call on Friday. On the Wednesday call, she says, Mike, I've been applying on Backstage. I'm getting a little demotivated, and, I haven't heard anything back. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I said, her name is Janine. I said, Janine, stay in the pocket. Keep planting those seeds. You never know when they're going to start bearing fruit. Okay. And she was at $0. This is her first time in the space. Fridays, we have another group coaching call, and she comes on the call and she's like, Mike, what do I say to this brand? I said, wait. Did you just lock in a deal? She's like, yeah, but it's $575 for one video, and then I got another deal for $100. I'm not really sure, how to negotiate through this. I'm like, Janine, we're going to get through that, but let's take a breather. You just locked in 1 week, $675 of UGC deals. And she's like, yeah, I'm excited, but I don't really know how to close the deal. I said, don't worry, Janine, let's take a moment to celebrate that, because you stayed in the pocket for over 10 days, and After like the 13th day, it finally bared fruit and you locked in $675 in a week, okay? And now she's building the momentum. So that is to drive home how you want to be applying consistently. The next thing you want to do to be able to land a paid deal is close the deal fast. I've watched so many brand interactions between brands and creators that I can almost guarantee you are sending paragraphs to the brand or 101 questions to the brand about the opportunity, the payout, the product, the type of videos that they want to make. Like, this is way too much back and forth. They're going to want to work with another content creator. Okay, so keep it short and to the point. Brands are speaking to a lot of creators, so they don't have the whole day to go back and forth with you. So I want you to remember one framework: PSP, product, script, payout. You need to get to the bottom line of which product you want me to promote, how many scripts or videos you want me to do, what's your payout. Once you have those three things, have the deal, close it. It needs to be that easy. And also, you want to be able to answer brands with urgency. You don't want to spend days going back and forth. With that PSP framework, the same day that they see they're interested, you send them back the PSP framework, you can lock in the deal that same day. Because if you take too long to close the deal, they're going to give that deal to somebody else. And the last part about landing paid deals is that you want to follow up consistently. Too many times I've heard creators being like, hey, like this brand ghosted me, they stopped answering, they were interested at some point, but then they stopped getting back to me. And I think I just lost a deal. Well, I can guarantee you, you did lose a deal, okay? You want to be following up consistently. There's a specific cadence that you want to be following, but ultimately, when it comes to follow-ups, I want you to remember one thing. So these brands are speaking from anywhere from 50 to 100 creators per day. I know it because I'm talking to these creators and I'm talking to these brands. They're having so many conversations every single day that if you're not following up, you're going to be out of sight, out of mind. And so if you're going to be following up, you're going to stand out so much more than the other creators that were just out of sight, out of mind, and now you have an ability to close a deal. So don't take it personally if they're not answering you. They just have a lot on their plate. So it's your duty as a professional UGC creator that wants to make $5,000 a month to follow up consistently. So at this point, you know how to create content that brands actually want to pay for. You know how to land paid deals and start making up to $5,000 per month. But here's the thing, there are core mistakes that you're going to be making on your journey to making $5,000 per month as a UGC content creator. And these are the main things, the silent killers, the death by 1,000 cuts that I see creators making that are stopping them on their journey from getting success. And the frustrating part is that these are completely avoidable and these aren't complicated mistakes, but these are the core mistakes that I'm seeing creators make that is keeping them around that $0 to $500 per month and never really breaking through to $5,000 per month consistently. So before you go out and start applying everything that I showed you on today's video, you're going to want to hear this. Look, I've seen creators with awesome profiles, good content, solid outreach strategy, still make it inconsistent in this space. And every time I do a little bit of digging, it always comes down to these 4 mistakes. It's like trying to build a house on a cracked foundation. Everything looks good on the surface, but it keeps falling apart. And the worst part is that most creators don't even know that they're making these mistakes. And so they feel like UGC is inconsistent for them and they're ready to throw in that towel. So let me show you exactly what you need to avoid. So mistake number 1 is underestimating your creators corners. I already spoke about this, but I really want to drive this home. Don't shoot at night, don't do a blank wall, and your creators corner should ever be evolving. Buy like a fake Amazon plant, like just make it high quality and take a look at some of your competitors in the space of other creators that are doing UGC, take a look at their background and always keep improving it. You have no idea how far this goes. Now, if your background sucks because the unfortunate situation of your current housing, that's fine. Reinvest some of your money into going to Airbnb on a Saturday or during the week if you have the time and do like 4 or 5 campaigns in there, or even shoot your video examples in there, but make sure that it's a nice Airbnb where it has really good creators corners, and just that will elevate the quality of your content. And if you want to land the big juicy deals of 500 to 1,000, your creators corners matter more than you would believe. Mistake number 2 is trying to charge usage rights from the beginning. I get it. From all the information that you hear all over the platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you should be charging for usage rights because they're going to make so much money off your videos. Let me break it to you and be completely honest. If you're not making $5,000 per month, it's because your videos are not good enough yet. And if your videos are not good enough yet, the brand will most likely not even run it for more than 3 weeks, to be completely honest. And if you're just starting out, adding usage rights is going to add too much friction to the deal, and the brands have options. And so they're going to want to go to these other options that are going to be giving them usage rights forever. Like, look, if you have an ad that runs forever, that was a dang good ad, and you use it as a case study that you can now start pitching usage rights for other brands. But if that's never happened to you, don't charge usage rights. You're adding too much friction to the deal. Get the deals first, show your value to the brand, and then start negotiating usage rights. Mistake number 3, not asking for your videos back after you've done a raw shoot. What this means is that you've worked with a brand and just handed them over the raw files. Now their team of editors put that all together and made a nice ad. The problem is you didn't ask to get that video back, and now you're not adding to your portfolio and your body of work to make you feel like a more premium creator. And look, this is how it works. I've seen a creator earlier on in their journey picking up any deal that they can get just to get the experience and getting a video, for example, that they got paid $100 for. Now that same video was added to their profile or to their portfolio, and that video allowed them to secure a $500 per video deal. So don't make this mistake and always ask for your content back from brands. And mistake number 4 is not building relationships with brands. One-off deals are cool, but repeat deals, that's where the money's made. And that's how you consistently land 3 to 5K plus per month. After every deal, follow up, get feedback, check in, build a real relationship with your point of contact. You gotta start treating it like a real business, because one brand can pay you a retainer from $1,500 to $2,000, but they're not gonna do that out the gate. They wanna see that you have value as a content creator, you create good content, you're professional, you're reliable, and they wanna work with you on a monthly basis. So the goal here is that you stop chasing new brands all the time and actually get some recurring ones that gives you more stable income. So there you have it. You have the complete framework from going to $0 to $5,000 per month doing UGC. You know how to create content that brands actually want to pay for. You know where to find deals, and you know which mistakes to avoid so that you can consistently be increasing your income on a monthly basis. And look, now you have 2 options. You can go out and implement everything that I showed you today. And honestly, you can make it work. It's just like all the obstacles of knowing if your camera presence is good, or knowing if your creators corners are good, or your scripting, or your video examples, or where to land paid deals. Like all that is going to be things that you're still going to have question marks around. And so that's why we created Creator Hive. We work with creators hands on. We build a camera presence with them. We build out their creators corners with them. We build out their scripts with them for their video examples. We make sure those video examples are ready to go to market and land paid deals. And then we show them how to close deals fast. We show them how to build relationships with brands and how to start increasing their price so that they can start making over $5,000 per month doing UGC. If you're interested in learning more about the Academy and how we can help, you're going to want to click that first link in the description. Either way, the opportunity of UGC is real and right in front of you. Let's get to work.